No ability to predict why they might have done anything they did. So all fine. I had no control over this company.
The NBA has just launched a major investigation into Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers, and the outcome could change everything we thought we knew about the team's future. We're talking about possible salary cap violations, a mysterious endorsement deal, and punishments that could shake not just the Clippers, but the entire Western Conference playoff picture. This isn't some minor rumor. The league office is digging deep, looking into contracts, sponsorships, and communications that might reveal a carefully hidden scheme. If the accusations turn out to be true, the Clippers could face heavy fines, the loss of crucial draft picks, and even the possibility of player contracts being voided. Today, we're breaking down everything: how the Clippers got here, what the NBA is looking for, why Kawhi's name is right in the middle of it, and what this could mean for the league going forward. Before we dive in, hit that like button if you think the NBA should treat every team the same, because whether you love or hate the Clippers, this investigation is about much more than one franchise. Background. To understand why this is such a big deal, let's take a quick look at Kawhi Leonard and the unique situation of the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi is one of the NBA's most fascinating stars. He's a two-time NBA Finals MVP, a defensive machine, and a quiet assassin on the court. He's not flashy, he doesn't talk much, he just won, first with the San Antonio Spurs in 2014 and then with the Toronto Raptors in 2019, where he led the franchise to its first ever championship. In the summer of 2019, Kawhi shocked the basketball world. Instead of re-signing with Toronto or joining LeBron and the Lakers, he chose the Clippers. But it wasn't just Kawhi's decision that made headlines. To land him, the Clippers pulled off a massive trade for Paul George, sending an unprecedented haul of draft picks to the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was the type of all-in move that screamed, "We're here to win now." Since then, the Clippers have been a team with sky-high expectations. They've consistently carried one of the highest payrolls in the league, bringing in big names like George, Kawhi, Russell Westbrook, and most recently, James Harden. They're also preparing to move into a brand new $2 billion arena, the Intuit Dome, which makes their need for star power and on-court success even more urgent. But with great ambition comes great scrutiny, and now the NBA is looking at the Clippers with a magnifying glass. The scandal explained. Here's where things get messy. The investigation centers around a company called Aspiration, a financial services firm that promotes environmentally friendly banking. On paper, Aspiration signed Kawhi Leonard to a lucrative endorsement deal. That might sound completely normal. NBA stars sign endorsement deals all the time, from sneakers to crypto companies. But according to reports, the NBA suspects that the Clippers may have used this sponsorship as a way to funnel extra money to Kawhi outside of his official player contract. In other words, the league is investigating whether this deal was really just a clever way to circumvent the salary cap. Here's how it allegedly worked. The Clippers, needing to stay within the cap, couldn't legally pay Kawhi more than his max contract allowed. Aspiration, which has connections to the Clippers' ownership and investors, steps in with a separate endorsement deal worth millions. Kawhi gets paid through the sponsorship, but it might function as a hidden bonus for signing with the Clippers. If this sounds familiar, it's because the NBA has dealt with similar situations before. The league's collective bargaining agreement strictly forbids side agreements that are not reported to the league. Teams must disclose all benefits a player receives that could be tied to their decision to sign or stay with the franchise. If the NBA can prove that the Clippers arranged or facilitated this deal as part of Kawhi's recruitment, it would be a direct violation of those rules. Sources say the NBA is already gathering emails, contracts, and testimony to see if there's a paper trail. League investigators have reportedly spoken with executives, team representatives, and even third-party sponsors. This isn't just a surface-level check, it's a deep dive into the Clippers' operations. What's at stake? If the Clippers are found guilty, the consequences could be devastating. The NBA has a history of coming down hard on teams that try to skirt the salary cap. The most famous example dates back to the late 1990s when the Minnesota Timberwolves secretly promised star forward Joe Smith future contracts to get around salary restrictions. The punishment? The Wolves were fined $3.5 million and stripped of 5 first-round draft picks. It remains one of the harshest penalties in league history, and a reminder that the NBA takes these violations seriously. For the Clippers, the stakes might be even higher, Potential punishments include massive fines that could reach into the tens of millions of dollars, the loss of multiple future draft picks crippling their ability to rebuild or add young talent, the possibility of voiding contracts if any deals are proven to be fraudulent. Losing draft picks would be especially painful. The Clippers have already traded away a mountain of future selections to acquire Paul George. Their margin for error is razor thin, and every pick matters for their long-term success. Then there's the immediate roster impact. Paul George has already left the team. Kawhi just signed a new extension to stay in Los Angeles, and James Harden's future remains uncertain. If the NBA drops a hammer on the franchise, it could destabilize their plans, scare away potential free agents, and put their championship dreams on life support. And let's not forget the optics. This investigation comes as the Clippers prepare to open the Intuit Dome, a shiny new arena that was supposed to represent a new era of dominance. Imagine trying to sell season tickets while your team is being accused of cheating the system. Reactions and debate. The story has exploded across social media, with fans, analysts, and former players weighing in. Some fans believe the Clippers knew exactly what they were doing, pointing to the team's history of aggressive moves to land stars. They argue that with such a high payroll and limited cap space, the team had every incentive to find creative, maybe too creative, ways to pay their players. Others think the NBA is simply making an example of a big market team. After all, endorsements are a normal part of the business. How can the league prove that a sponsorship deal is directly tied to a player's decision to sign? Unless there's a smoking gun, like an email or a recorded conversation, it might come down to circumstantial evidence. Analysts have also pointed out that this investigation could have ripple effects across the league. If the NBA cracks down hard, other teams might think twice before arranging third-party deals with players. We could see tighter rules, stricter reporting requirements, and even new language in the next collective bargaining agreement. And then there's Kawhi himself. Leonard has always been known as a quiet, drama-free superstar. He rarely speaks to the media and keeps his private life tightly guarded. If the investigation finds wrongdoing, even if Kawhi personally knew nothing about the financial details, his reputation could still take a hit. His name would forever be linked to one of the NBA's biggest salary cap scandals. For a player whose legacy is built on professionalism and winning, that's a narrative he'll want to avoid at all costs. So here we are. The NBA is digging deep, the Clippers are under the microscope, and the basketball world is left wondering, did the Clippers really cheat the system, or is this just the league flexing its muscles to keep teams in line? What do you think? Are the Clippers guilty of crossing the line, or is this just smart business that the NBA is overreacting to? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what the NBA gang has to say about this one. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on every twist and turn of this investigation, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. The NBA drama never sleeps, and neither do we. Thanks for watching, NBA gang. See you in the next video.